All right. So, how does this go on the first lesson?
So the first part is I ask you a ton of questions.
Okay.
So kind of there's a couple parts to this. There's part where I figure out what the heck you need,
Sure.
and kind of talk about what your goals are, what your plans are, things like that. And then the second session is the one where we actually go over all the stuff that we figured out. Warm up routine, break routines, cool down routines, things like that.
Hmm.
Uh, and feel free to ask like all kinds of questions along the way because I'm happy to answer them.
Yeah, for sure. So just to start out, I guess like one of the things that I have troubles with is sometimes anytime I carry my stick bag like on my back, my back would start to like ache after like an hour an hour and 10 minutes or so. So then usually I would just like take my bag off and then just kind of like idle around until my back feels a little bit better.
Okay.
But it just kind of sucks because here, let me see if I can show you my bag. So of course like there's padding on the back so that it's kind of like not as strenuous on your back,
Right.
but it's still like it's still making me feel like I'm just like carrying like a huge rock on me or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Like maybe it's just the bag itself, or it's just that like my bag is not like it's not like accustomed to like carrying something really heavy. Well, it's not really heavy, but like something that has like a decent amount of weights throughout like yeah like an hour and 10 minutes or so. So like then how do I go about this instead of I can always carry it around but with just by my hand, but it gets annoying afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. So does that backpack have a waist strap or a
Um,
chest strap?
it actually, yeah, it actually does. Right here.
Okay, that's one thing you could consider, because that'll distribute some of the weight across your hips and waist as opposed to across your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
As a general rule, the closer you keep weight to the center of your body, which is like right around your belly button,
Mm-hmm.
the lighter that weight feels because it's not on as long a lever arm.
Sure.
Um, so if you can, even though it looks dorky with a waist belt, you might find that that helps alleviate things a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It can also depend on how high or low the bag is sitting on your back.
Sure. Okay.
If you keep it sitting, if you keep it sitting lower on your back, it can drag a bit more on your shoulders. Whereas if you have the straps a bit tighter,
Sure.
it can rest a little more comfortably.
Oh, okay. All
But I
right.
would also
Yeah.
make sure that
Mm-hmm.
whatever routines you end up putting together, especially for your tournament play, is stuff that incorporates upper and mid back stretching and kind of just ways to calm that down a little bit more.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, cuz I know that I guess like yeah, like during my whenever I play in the tournaments, my back doesn't bother me as much when I like carry around my backpack because once I sit down, like it goes away completely, you know. Um I guess it's just more of like, yeah, kind of like, getting ready before I play in a tournament. Be really nice to know, like, yeah, doing those back stretches and possibly like, shoulder stretches, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can
Mhm.
definitely incorporate that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I thought I was just going crazy or like my back is just really
Nope.
weak, so.
No, there's definitely ways we can help deal with that.
Mhm.
All right, so some other questions. Um,
Mhm.
what are you gonna be? What title you're gonna?
What title? What'd you say? Sorry, you cut out
Like
a
what
little.
game?
Oh, I'm a Street Fighter 5 competitor.
Excellent. Who are you maining?
Laura Matsuda from, of course, Street Fighter.
Okay. All right. And I see you play on stick, judging by what's behind you.
Yes, or yes, my original stick, right here.
Okay. Very cool.
Mhm.
Um, have you ever had any issues with hands, wrists, shoulders, neck outside of the backpack?
Hmm, not really. Like I always do hand stretches anytime I play. So like I would just like do this all the time,
Okay.
and then I would sometimes do this sometime as well, and I guess like cracking my knuckles too kind of helps me calm down.
Okay.
But just mostly more of this. So
Okay. So that's kind of like your pregame ritual.
yeah,
Okay. So I'm gonna make sure that I build that into what I end up developing for your warm up stuff. So I
sure,
want your warm up to be like a little bit more comprehensive, but I want it to feel like familiar and get you in that mindset of okay, I'm competing now.
sure,
Um, so the goal of the warm up is to get you in both the mental mindset and like the physical readiness to compete. The goal of the break time stuff is more kind of keep you at that level of like alert but not anxious, competitive but not overwhelmed, and relaxed but not so loose that like you're ready to fall asleep before your next match actually
sure,
starts up.
hmm,
Cool down is designed to kind of bring you down both mentally and physically from like that high of competing,
sure.
because it's intense. Um, so let's see. You and Laura, you haven't had much in the way of issues. What kind of things do you do to stay active, kind of just regularly?
Just kind of like a everyday basis, or
Yeah.
I like to just stand around and just kind of like not like move. I don't know how I should put it, like moving my feet as of like I just like tip tap a lot.
Okay. You're a jitterer.
Yeah. And I also yeah I just like walk around a lot. I sit down like all day. But sometimes when I sit down, like I do want to get up and like stretch, like do a big stretch, do one of these, and do one of these, and basically just stretch until like my arms feel like they're gonna like stretch even further, you know.
Okay.
But
How
that's
about kind
about
of
it.
like on an everyday basis? Like, is there a particular workout routine you follow or anything like
So I work out every Wednesday, Saturday morning, and Sunday nights. I go bouldering.
that? Okay, very
So
cool.
yeah. So I don't like do like those basic gym exercises. I just basically, of course, like stretch before I go climbing, and that's about it.
That's a totally fine way
Hmm.
to get moving around. And I've said this in other Exo Academy videos, so I'm sure that people watching on Patreon will this will sound familiar. But
Hmm.
um, well, there's a lot of there's a lot of research about what's the optimal way to exercise. The best way to exercise is whatever you're going to keep doing, like whatever you actually like doing enough to keep doing it.
Oh yeah,
So
sure.
yes, optimally people are doing a certain amount of cardio and a certain amount of strength training, and it can be overlapping. But look, if you're moving, if you're doing healthy things, if you're staying active on a consistent basis, then you're doing the right things.
Yeah.
Especially as long as you know you're not injuring yourself in the process.
Right, for sure. I remember like when I did this one rock route at my bouldering gym, I kind of like I wouldn't say like I'm not sure if I was like pulling a muscle, but like I felt like my muscle like um tightening really bad like on my neck, and I was like, oh, I can't climb. Not just yet. I just need to wait till my neck is stopped like kind of like stops
Right.
tightening. But like I really hate those a lot. But I know like sometimes I just like bust my neck out too many times where I'm like, yeah, this is not good. I gotta um, do something about that or whatever.
Okay. Is that usually on one side more than the other, or it kind of happens on both sides?
No, just on one side. Like if I'm how should I put it? Like if I were like climbing like this, and like I'm putting a lot of pressure on my neck, it starts to
Right.
like I'm not sure it's like pulling a muscle or it's like starting to tense up a lot. It's like a burning sensation where it's like, that feels really uncomfortable.
Got it. Okay.
Hmm.
There's definitely something we can also do.
Hmm.
Talk a little bit about in terms of how you can manage that. But have you
Hmm.
ever heard of something called a theracane?
No, I've never heard of that before.
Okay. So a theracane it's gonna look like a medieval torture device, but it's really great for working on trigger points, especially when you're getting them like right up here, which is like
Hmm.
it's kind of hard to massage those out on yourself.
Right.
Um, and unless you have somebody who really knows what they're doing, it can be hard for them to massage it out. So
Sure.
the theracane is really good for kind of just like hooking and digging in and using your other hand to do it. I can send you a link to that after
Yeah,
this.
that'd be great for sure.
Yeah, they're like all of $30 on Amazon.
Mm,
And I love
nice.
it.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me grab mine so I can show you what it looks like.
All right, let me switch this around.
This is my hurricane.
Oh,
It
okay.
totally looks like a torture device. What you can do is you can hook it over your shoulder.
Mhm.
You dig into a spot where you have a lot of tension, and you just apply steady, consistent pressure for about 30 to 60 seconds. Or you can move back and forth across the knot. Um, Both of them are perfectly good ways of getting rid of a trigger point. Static versus active release both work. It's just sometimes it's easier to do one than the other, depending on how tender the spot is. Uh,
Sure.
yeah,
That's really nice. Like kind of like yeah, like you're trying to like rub a part of your back,
right. And then
but
everything else is getting tight while you're trying to rub out that one spot that's
exactly.
tight. Yep,
That's so
that's where I really
nice.
like their games. Yeah,
Ooh.
they're really handy.
That'd be so nice
Um,
after like I do bouldering and whatnot, because I know
oh
I
gosh, I do
yeah,
that.
like especially like when you're
Um,
just like a little sore and you're like, wow, I could really use what that device that you're using just like
yeah,
stress out.
yeah, they're really convenient that way.
Nice. Mhm.
All right, so it sounds like you've got like neck and upper back tightness going on
Yeah.
generally.
Hmm.
So I'm really gonna make sure to pay attention to that. I'm also gonna, so kind of in addition to the warm up, break, and cool down routines, I'm gonna work on trying to have just like some go to back and neck stretches that you can do on a regular basis, including when you're
Sure.
bouldering.
For sure.
Um, when you're playing, what kind of grip do you use on the stick?
So here, I can show you. So the grip that I use, it's kind of like this. Guess like I
Okay,
have I guess like I don't know, like I just don't really think about it, but I have it like this most of the time
okay,
where I
so it's
have
kind of like a modified wine glass,
kind of like that, but more of like
more around it instead of underneath it.
yeah,
Got it. Okay, makes sense. That just gives me kind of some insight into things that I might need to be paying attention
sure.
to. Let me see. All right, so we've gone over the stick you use, the style you use, a couple things that are stressing it, injury history, any other injuries that you've ever had, including related to bouldering.
Um hmm. I guess it's just really yeah, like my upper back and like my I guess a little bit of my neck as well, but mostly my back.
Okay, that's going to be our kind of focus then.
For sure.
The other thing you may be interested in is, have you ever used a foam?
A foam roller?
Mm-hmm.
Um no, I have not. I know my
Okay.
friends have one.
Yeah, I think you might like that for your upper back in particular. So
Hmm.
the way that I tend to use the foam roller for upper back stuff, it's really good about helping to mobilize your thoracic spine. So kind of your spine is divided into cervical, neck, thoracic, upper back, and lumbar and lower back sections.
Hmm.
Um, and your sacrum, but nobody cares about your sacrum. Um, but your thoracic spine it's an area that needs to be mobile, but it also needs to be stable.
Mm.
And especially those of us who tend to spend a good amount of time sitting, end up in kind of that shoulders come forward, back sinks down on itself posture. And that can lead to a little less mobility in that thoracic spine. And if you're less mobile there, places around it are going to be making up for it, going to be moving more than they probably should be. So your neck might be hyperextending more, your lower back might
Mm.
be arching more. Um, and all the muscles that support and surround the thoracic spine are also getting tighter as well. So if you're able to stretch the muscles and to mobilize the thoracic spine, well, of course, still working on keeping good muscular support in general, overall working on your strength and posture, blah blah blah. Then you're probably going to find that the muscles get a little less tight if you're also making sure that you're including how the spine itself is moving.
Sure.
Uh, so that's going to be some of what I give you for kind of just everyday stuff you can do.
Hmm.
There'll be a couple exercises in there that are specifically about spinal mobility and keeping things kind of loose and relaxed there. Uh,
Okay.
I could definitely see you liking the foam roller. I'll send you a video of kind of how that works, how like foam rolling your upper back works.
For sure.
It sounds like if we've got a bouldering friend who already owns one, just ask her to bring it sometime, try it out.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy it. And if you love it, you can be like, I can get that for $10 on Amazon.
There you go. Yeah, for sure. That sounds great. Yeah, because like I know my friend always uses it, and she always tells me like, "Wow, this is like like I'm using a foam roller like all the time. And it feels really nice." And I'm like, "That must be nice," because like I guess like I wasn't really interested in it, but thinking about it, where it'll help my upper back, will most definitely do the job.
Yeah, it's one of those things that until you've tried it out and been converted to the church of the foam roller, you can't know. It's okay.
Mm.
We'll convert you one way or another. Um, yeah, no, it's so we'll make sure that I get you those videos on how to use the foam roller. I'll get you the link for the Theracane.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put together kind of just some everyday back things you can do for yourself, and then I think I'll probably make your cool down exercises really focused on getting that upper back relaxed. I'm also going to make sure that your warm up exercises really incorporate those things that you're already doing, kind of the wrist mobility, stretches that you like, cracking your knuckles, even. And for anybody who worries about whether or not cracking your knuckles is okay, the most reasonable explanation we have for why your knuckles make cracking noises is that there are nitrogen bubbles in the
Hmm.
synovial fluid that surrounds and greases your joints. Most likely what is happening when you crack your knuckles is you are popping some air bubbles. You are not going to get arthritis from it. It's okay. You can pop your knuckles.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's about it. Yeah. Like I just crack my knuckles and then I just start doing this.
Okay. All right. I'm going to make sure to include those.
Yeah.
Um, is there anything else that you wanted to ask about? Anything else you've got, questions or that you're really interested in having involved in your program? And certainly if you think of things over the course of the week and not when I've just put you on the spot to have an answer, feel free to message me. Let me know.
um. I guess not at all really, because I know the hand exercises kind of helps me a lot because it how should I put it? Like it kind of calms me down, so I don't get like the jitters when I
Yeah,
play
it
or
gives
when
you
I'm
a
nervous.
focus.
Yeah. But it's just really my upper back and my backpack making me feel like I'm
Right.
108 years old, just trying to walk around and whatnot. But yeah,
So
just
let's try tightening the straps a little bit.
for
Let's
sure.
try
Yeah.
using the waist strap as well,
Yeah.
and see if that doesn't make a difference. If it doesn't make a difference, then that's entirely fine. We can go back to the drawing board there. But
Yeah,
let's
for
try that
sure.
out for the next week or so and see if it makes a difference.
For sure. Yeah, I will I'll probably send you a picture of where I kind of should have my backpack at.
Sure.
So, most definitely. Yeah, cuz I know my backpack's really low. Cuz I know back in high school everyone had lowered their
All the
backpacks and
cool
all
kids wear their
cool
backpacks
kids.
low.
Yes, exactly. So that kind of stuck to me, but I think it's time to change that cuz I'm not a high school kid anymore. Um but most definitely. Just yeah, see it's really low, down
Yeah.
here. Yeah, for
To take this
sure.
up a little higher, you can also use kind of the natural shelf of your butt.
Sure, sure,
Butts
sure.
make for really good shelves.
Jeez, yeah, I really lowered that pretty bad.
That's one of those things that you don't think about until somebody points it out. This is me pointing it out.
Exactly. All right, so that should be good. Um. All right, let's try that out. All right, so now it's a little bit higher now.
Yeah, now it's kind of sitting above your butt. I can see it. Don't worry.
um, so far, yeah, and then also the waist strap.
Yep, the oh so fashionable waist strap.
I guess it's all. I guess yeah. I guess it's considered as a kind of like a chest strap too, because it's
Okay.
not around my stomach.
Yeah,
But
depends on the height that falls at.
right, right. But so far, yeah, I will let you know how that works out. But I think this will most definitely help me a lot because I feel like I'm not, hunching my back over like this.
That sounds like a good thing to avoid.
Right, exactly. Um, I don't have any other questions.
All right.
Just that.
Yeah. So if you do think of anything else over the course of the week, feel free to shoot me a message.
For sure.
But what we'll plan to do next time is we'll meet and we'll go over kind of the home exercises that I'm going to give you that I think might be helpful for your back.
Ooh, that'd be great.
We'll go over your warm up, break, and cool down routines. And I'm going to send you the link for that foam roller and the Theracane so you can check it out and see if you're interested.
Awesome. That sounds great. Thank you so much, doctor.
You're welcome. I will see you next week.
Awesome. See you later. Have a great night.